Hello and a very warm welcome to Toe2Toe Extra. I'm Andy Scott. You can see that Barry Jones is with me and delighted to say that we're now joined, and we can say it, British title challenger on November 26th. Mikael Lawal, you've got that fight with Deion Jumah. Just how much are you looking forward to settling this?
Yeah, finally, man. Just been looking forward to this. Obviously, we've had lots of disruptions due to injury, COVID, whatever. But now, like, me and him are going to fight, and I can finally get this British title. That Deion Jumah's in my way, so road to the British title. I'm going to win.
We think that twice we've tried to make it. I say we, Sky Sports and Boxer, and twice it's fallen through. Third time lucky this time.
Yeah, I don't see anything getting in our way. Like, he wants it, I want it. You know, we're both ready, and yeah, like as I said, man, I hope, even if I got an injury or whatever right now, I'm definitely still gonna fight. Hopefully I don't. That's the prayer. But I need to get this. I need to beat this guy and win this British title.
A fight worthy of the Lonsdale belt, we would say. Battle of London, Battle of Two, very confident, very skillful cruiserweights.
And deserving challenges as well, let's not forget that. And I think stylistically, it can't be a bad fight, I don't feel. I think you've got two guys there who can both punch. Both want to be aggressive in their different ways, but they both ultimately want to put pressure on the other guy. So I think it'll be a good fight. I dare to say they might try and feel each other out for about 35 seconds. But in the end, then, like everyone who got a bit of power, they want to make the other guy feel it. And I think it'll come to a point there where they'll both think that they got the punch to settle the score.
We know that you can box, but it is really easy to label you as a puncher solely because you've got some highlight reel showcase knockouts. So what we want to do today is just hear it from the man himself. Let's just have a look at some of these knockouts. Talk us through them. We talk about born punches. I mean, that's just power, raw power.
Yeah. I was going to try to take him out after that with the left hook, because obviously he kept on trying to throw.
Yeah, that's good stoppage.
Yeah, this one too. Yeah, he thought I was going to step back again, but I came straight back with the overhand right and took him out.
When you land that, do you know that that's a finisher? Do you feel, sometimes I feel, I hear people say it travels up my arm.
Yeah.
Some people say I didn't feel it, you know.
Yeah. I'm always expecting them to get back up, and I don't secretly, so this one as well, body shot. Yeah, I didn't expect it to go down off of that as well, I'm not going to lie.
But that's a variation to the attacks that we've seen previously.
Yeah.
Again, you sunk that one in, you know straight away.
Yeah.
I think with a body shot, it's a bit easier to tell, isn't it, if you know?
Yeah. I mean, I sunk it in, but I don't know. I just thought he was going to get back up.
They're different to the ones.
You can see the angle, it comes up in an upward angle. The reason you got the upward angle is because when you throw on the right hand, your body, it's the same, it's your body got to turn with the shot.
Yeah.
And once his body's turned with the right hand, then he turns back to get him to shape. Yeah. Then that gives him the natural angle for that left hook.
Yeah.
You won't like this. You won't like talking us through this. So this is Deion Jumah against Richard Riakporhe. So a fight that Deion Jumah lost, but a fight that Deion Jumah was having a lot of success in.
Yeah.
You were there, you were ringside. It was a painful watch for you because you were supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
Just talk us through what you made of Deion on this night, what he did well, and what you saw that you feel that you can exploit.
There's a few things that I definitely believe I can exploit. I'm not going to get into it, but he had a lot of success, and you can tell he's a great fighter. He's skillful. He's quite slippery, and you got to be careful with him,
Talk us through this, Barry.
Well, the key is slowing his feet down. What Deion's got, he stays nice and talking through that. That's a shot. That's power. Talking about power, this division's full of it, isn't it? There's another one there, Riakporhe. It's a great right hand. But again, see the dipping over, the leaning over the shoulder, turning the body into the shot. You see punches, they're all big on the backs. They're all big, like you had, all big on the back. And then when they swing the arm, and all those muscles in the back of your body, when you turn into the shot as well, that brings them all into play. But Deion showed the toughness.
I was just about to say credit to Jumah, because from that knockdown, it looks like a fight ender, but this is him after knockdown, post knockdown.
But what he does, Deion quite well, is he stays nice and low.
Yeah.
And he brings his feet in close really quick. So I think the key is stopping him too close too early. Yeah. You got. So that's usually is to talk about the boxing skills, not about power. A good jab will do that. If it's hard against a southpaw, that's another thing where the difference that you're going to have here is you've got a guy coming from a stance where it sometimes takes away your jab.
Yeah, it does. It really does. So So I'm just going to have to find a way to break into that guard and that defensive. He's quite slippery. He likes to play around and put his hands down and do lots of things, but I'm just going to just keep it simple.
But I would say no movement around. I know people do like shifting the shoulders all the time. You don't worry about that until he takes a step forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that movement's great, but unless they're coming at you, it's just movement away from you.
Yeah.
It's only when they take that step forward and you have to think what angle they're coming at.
Yeah.
I think.
And is that a fight where you are probably in parts going to have to deal with frustration that he's elusive, frustration that you might have to chase the fight a little bit?
Yeah.
Is it a part of it is a mental game about staying mentally tough and not getting frustrated, not getting desperate?
I said boxing is more mental than it is physical, so already I know that, and just being able to, whatever he comes with, I'm just gonna have to be ready for it and just try to. Everything he does, I'm just going to have to try to smart him every single step of the way.
You sparred him back in the day, is that right?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Like, when I first ever got into boxing, and I was like 19 when I really started properly. I sparred him and he just turned pro. And I just about had my first amateur fight. And yeah, even then, I did very well against him. Like, I remember just him being quite elusive and doing what he was doing. And he couldn't even take me out of there. And as much of a novice as I was back then, he couldn't. There wasn't much he could do. So obviously now I've stepped up. I'm a lot older now. I'm a lot more experienced. So we've got to see what he can bring to the table now. What
we took from those highlights is the right hand.
Yeah.
When it lands.
Yeah.
Certainly in those examples, it's a show ender. Do you feel that if you land that on Deion Jumah or anybody else, but particularly Deion Jumah, if you land that, if you see the opportunity and you land a flush right hand or left hook, then you could end it?
Yeah, as long as if it's flush, then 100%. Like I've got belief in my power, but at the same time, I know it's more than that. I've got to bring more to my game to take someone as high level as Deion Jumah out of there, so I need to be a lot more. My skill set's got to be on point, and yeah, that's what I'm looking to come with. Just being able to outsmart him.
Can I put a scenario to you? What would give you more satisfaction, winning the British title by knockout with one of those big shots, or outboxing someone like Deion Jumah that everybody says is a master boxer, winning it on points over 12 rounds in a dominant display with boxing skills? What would give you more satisfaction?
The ideal world for me was to be outbox him and knock him out.
11 rounds of a boxing masterclass and a 12-round finish.
Typical boxer. Nothing's enough.
Nothing's
enough.
I know. I quite like that. Which one of these two options?
I'll tell you what you do have though, because you throw a really good overhand right.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Thank you.
Dion throws a really good overhand left on a softball stance. So I can see them
clashing.
Those missiles firing over each other quite often. Actually, both. I think, especially if the fight goes later on, when they both start to get a little bit tired and both want to start thinking, "Oh, I can hurt him now." Both winging over those shots, dipping the head over to the left or Dion to the right, and throwing those backhands over.
We're in the era of great cruiserweight fights at the moment. I think this has got all the makings of it for the British title as well in London, end of November at the Alexandra Palace. We cannot wait for it. Thank you so much for coming in. We wish you all the best now with your preparation. Barry, touch wood. Touch wood, Barry. There you go. That's all for this week's Toe2Toe Extra. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next week.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.